Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most iconic and important records ever made. Number 20, A Night at the Opera, Queen.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
A Night at the Opera captures all of the wonder of Queen's musical greatness. Their unique hold on rock music couldn't be more apparent than on this 1975 album. Combining massive arena sound and theatrical production, the four-piece comes to life in this track list.
I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family.
The most memorable moment comes with the epic and operatic movements on Bohemian Rhapsody. Both heart-wrenching and triumphant, this suite juggles diverse influences in one climactic performance. Freddie Mercury's vocal skills really stand out throughout this iconic release. His incredible range shines on everything from the catchy You're My Best Friend to the romantic highs on Love of My Life.
Love of my life, love of my life.
Number 19, Enter the Wu-Tang Clan, 36 Chambers, Wu-Tang Clan. Rap groups were never more fully loaded or talented than this one. Wu-Tang Clan came together for this influential debut, throwing out the textbook of hip-hop samples for something fresher. Producer and performer RZA uses his love of martial arts films in sounds that hadn't been heard on any album before, essentially creating a new genre. On top of this foundation, MCs like Raekwon, Ghostface Killah, and Method Man introduce themselves.
It's the Method Man for short, Mr. Map.
Just when you think a track has enough rappers, even more emerge for extensive verses and iconic rhymes. The singles like Protect Your Neck and Cream are just the tip of this iceberg.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Number 18, Paranoid, Black Sabbath. Following an impressive debut, Black Sabbath was more than ready to unleash havoc with their second release. Paranoid is one of the heaviest records of its time, bringing heavy metal to the mainstream. This includes the searing War Pigs, setting the stage for an inventive and gritty journey. Tony Iommi's guitar riffs take over on Paranoid and the anthemic track Iron Man. With Ozzy Osbourne on vocals, the group launches offensives on listeners with a deadly combination of music and lyrics. The band's work here wouldn't be complete without the rhythm section of Geezer Butler and Bill Ward. It's an unforgettable album that hasn't lost any of its intensity. Number 17, Dreaming of You, Selena.
Late at night when all the world is sleeping.
Popularizing the Tejano style of music, the late Selena Quintanilla Perez delivered a successful and historic album in 1995. Dreaming of You delights both pop and Latin music fans with its engaging production. The track list is full of crossover hits that range from upbeat tunes to emotional ballads, showcasing her one-of-a-kind voice. These songs helped to break down barriers between English and Spanish language music.
Y por quererte olvidar.
The fact that it was a posthumous release puts into perspective the impact of her brief career. In an album that transcends her tragic story, the vocalist proves herself as a solo artist with an enduring legacy.
I could fall in love with you.
Number 16, Songs in the Key of Life, Stevie Wonder.
Good morning, evening, friends.
As both a songwriter and vocalist, Stevie Wonder was on fire in the 1970s. From Grammys to hit albums, the artist capped off an impressive streak of success with this album.
In need of love today.
It includes many of his most notable songs in richly layered productions. Bursting with pure joy, Wonder's killer melodies are better than ever on the likes of Isn't She Lovely?
But isn't she lovely, made from love?
There are also deeper tracks like Summer Soft, which could be mega hits on a lesser performer's record. This collection of classic music feels like an effective victory lap for a singer at the top of his game.
You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over, baby.
Number 15, At Last, Etta James.
Trust in me in all you do.
With this debut album, the amazing Etta James kicked off a long and influential career which landed her in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Her crowning achievement on this classic album is her brilliant rendition of the title track.
At last.
In just a few seconds, the song reveals the incredible power of her voice and joyous musicality.
I found a dream that I could speak to.
Legendary in the blues and R&B community, her work on this release influenced a host of R&B legends to cover songs like At Last. Anyone looking for a classic soulful album should look no further than this stunning achievement. Number 14, Purple Rain, Prince and the Revolution.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
For the soundtrack of his hit film, Prince doesn't waste any time getting people ready to dance. Let's Go Crazy is a jolt of musical joy that finds the artist in top form. Not to be outdone, the ballad mega hit Purple Rain is another fantastic side of this performer's eclectic sound. It's a love song that hasn't lost any of its luster, much like the rest of this perfect collection. From funk to rock, the artist shines as a vocalist and musician on every single track. Whether you love watching the movie or listening to the record, this music ranks as some of the best of the 1980s. Number 13, The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, David Bowie.
Pushing through the market square. So many mothers sighing.
While his career can't be boiled down to one album, David Bowie became an icon with the artistry on The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust. His legendary character brings science fiction elements and human-like vulnerability to these songs.
We got 5 years stuck on mine. 5 years.
The glam rock numbers such as Suffragette City bring both serious energy and sonic excellence. Beyond all the incredible myth-making, Bowie's songwriting talents are on full display in Starman and the title track. He both embraces the rock star lifestyle and pokes fun at it, and this album pushed the boundaries of what an artist can do with their persona. Number 12, London Calling, The Clash.
London calling to the faraway towns. Now war is declared and battle come down.
Released in the UK at the tail end of the decade, this all-time amazing album by The Clash kept them at the forefront of punk and post-punk music. They brought together all of their influences into an incredibly musically diverse record. Politically charged, but in an accessible way, the group blends reggae and rock together seamlessly with strong messages.
'Cause London is drowning, I live by the river.
London Calling still works as an anthem for both Londoners and citizens of the world to enjoy. The band members do not hold their creativity back, unafraid of breaking from their more aggressive beginnings. There's also, of course, the track Train in Vain, which is a timeless rock classic.
Stand by me. No, la, la. Stand by me. No way.
Number 11, Pet Sounds, The Beach Boys.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were older, then we wouldn't have to wait so long?
Growing artistically from their wonderful surfer-themed hits, the Beach Boys became much more than just a surf band. Their producer and chief songwriter Brian Wilson decided to push their careers into uncharted territory in the mid-1960s. His studio techniques and melodic sensibilities created Pet Sounds. It also revealed the finer elements of Wilson's songwriting, deeply influenced by and influencing bands such as the Beatles. This album includes songs such as God Only Knows, with its incredible chord progressions.
I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you.
The sunshine of Wouldn't It Be Nice gives way to a mix of pop tunes, ballads, and even instrumentals. This became known as one of the most critically regarded albums of all time.
God only knows what I'd be without you.
Number 10. Ready to Die, The Notorious B.I.G.
To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes.
In a bold debut, the Notorious B.I.G. stakes his claim for rap supremacy. The album charts his life from birth to fame, with more extensive details than some full-length biographies.
Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner?
Biggie Smalls shows off his flow on memorable songs like Juicy, and his verses and rhymes still stand out as some of the best of any decade.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this.
Full of attitude and embracing the hardcore life, this Bad Boy release shows the artist's honest look at his complicated life. Kicking off his short and incredible career, Smalls never sounded better than on this fully loaded and free-spirited record.
Lyrically, I'm supposed to represent. I'm not only a client, I'm the player president.
Number 9. At Folsom Prison, Johnny Cash.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
For this live album, Johnny Cash reinvented himself and reclaimed his earlier success. The country star came off some turbulent years with substance use to perform at Folsom Prison.
I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on.
In one of the most unconventional venues imaginable, the performer became even more of a legendary figure in music history. With both original songs and covers, Cash provides all the raw power of an artist with nothing to lose. He uses his backing band and June Carter to great effect on tracks like Jackson.
I'm going to Jackson, and that's the fact.
With his unmistakably deep voice, the singer conjures up all of his magic for the performance of a lifetime. You could cite other country recordings alongside this one, but few can match the unique circumstances of this classic.
She walks these hills in a long black veil.
Number 8. Blue, Joni Mitchell.
I am on a lonely road and I am traveling, 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 traveling.
On her fourth album, Joni Mitchell poured her heart and soul into 10 fantastic tracks.
All I really, really want our love to do.
These include references to high-profile relationships that shaped her life in the early 1970s. From the folksy All I Want to the heartbreaking River, Mitchell doesn't hold back in describing her state of mind.
I wish I had a river I could skate away on.
The artist's brutal honesty sets the stage for a perfect snapshot of her inner thoughts. To deliver her vulnerable lyrics, Mitchell creates exceptional compositions that feel fresh and dynamic all these years later. She more than earns her status as one of the best singer-songwriters and guitarists with this incredible release.
I could drink a case of you. Darling.
Number 7. What's Going On? Marvin Gaye.
Mother, there's too many of you crying.
Synonymous with the wonders of Motown, Marvin Gaye represents the best of R&B and soul music. His career-defining work on What's Going On includes many of his greatest tracks.
Talk to me so you can see what's going on.
It also includes some of his most socially conscious lyrics, discussing the pressing issues of the early 1970s. Gaye reveals his feelings about civil rights and the Vietnam War in profound statements. He also talks about the environment in the memorable Mercy, Mercy Me, The Ecology.
Oh, mercy, mercy me.
Blending social commentary and musical excellence, this record reveals the breadth and depth of the singer's artistry. Number 6. Rumors, Fleetwood Mac.
Loving you isn't the right thing to do.
Much more than a breakup album, Rumors often receives attention for its troubled origins. But the result transcends any one relationship or marriage.
You can go your own way.
Fleetwood Mac came together to create a timeless list of classic songs from multiple writers. Lindsey Buckingham's underrated guitar parts provide the perfect energy for secondhand news and Go Your Own Way. Christine McVie delivers moving love songs that include the piano ballad Songbird and the upbeat You Make Loving Fun. At the center of it all, Stevie Nicks steals the show with iconic compositions that include Dreams. Few groups can provide that kind of eclectic artistry in one pristine collection of rock. Number 5. Nevermind, Nirvana. Few albums better capture the start of a decade than Nevermind. Nirvana's breakthrough didn't create grunge, but it did widely introduce the genre to the world. Kurt Cobain's sharp lyrics and snarling vocals spoke to a new generation of kids looking for a savior. With a mixture of rock and punk styles, the band created a cocktail that crossed musical boundaries. The work of bassist Chris Novoselic and drummer Dave Grohl rounded out the singer's visionary music, laying a template for 1990s rock. Anthems such as Smells Like Teen Spirit altered the landscape of pop culture. Number 4. Led Zeppelin, Led Zeppelin. Where do you begin with a band like Led Zeppelin? For this hard rock group, it all started with their debut in 1969. With instrumental Firepower, the quartet announced their arrival as the latest and greatest in music. Good Times, Bad Times flies out of your speakers with a fierce attitude and a no-holds-barred sound.
Good times, bad times, you know I've had my share.
This kind of fury is further evidenced by the likes of Communication Breakdown, bringing together high-powered riffs from Jimmy Page and an amazing rhythm section. Their blues-inspired music saluted the past and charted a course for a heavier sound in the genre, helping to reignite the flames of rock. Zeppelin spent the next decade building off of this amazing foundation with many other landmark works, including their 4th album.
And she's buying the stairway to heaven.
Number 3. Thriller, Michael Jackson. The best-selling album ever by most metrics. Thriller also ranks among the greatest examples of pop music on record. The not-yet-controversial Michael Jackson was well into his solo career by 1982, and headed for even greater heights with this release. Co-produced by Quincy Jones, the album's cutting-edge sound forever changed music. The title song hits hard all these years later, with a production that blends funky grooves and horror movie references.
Girl, I can feel you more than any gold could have dared try.
The hit singles didn't stop there, because the track list is full of them. Jackson delivers a famously energetic performance on Beat It, as well as the iconic Billie Jean. This is a true landmark album. Number 2. The Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. With their 8th album, the progressive group stretched their talents to imaginative heights. The Dark Side of the Moon ranks among the most successful and acclaimed releases of all time. Floyd manages to make sounds that feel like you're heading to space and back, creating a soundtrack for a sci-fi film that doesn't exist. Few albums can reach the soaring highs of The Great Gig in the Sky and the groovy bass lines of Money all in one collection.
Money, it's a gas.
Once experimental and now a confirmed classic, the atmospheric record never fails to inspire with its brilliant lyrics and music. It was far from the band's final masterwork either, who ended the 1970s with The Wall. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, The Beatles.
It was 20 years ago today. Sgt. Pepper taught the band to play.
After the band stopped touring, the Beatles' best work came out in stellar albums, including this masterpiece. The experimental record features a revolutionary mixture of rock and pop, which all comes together like a spectacular show.
Lucy in the sky with diamonds.
It includes everything from orchestral numbers to traditional Indian music-inspired pieces. Each group member contributes mightily themselves, with even Ringo getting one of the album's most triumphant moments on With a Little Help from My Friends.
I get by with a little help from my friends.
It all comes down to the final number, A Day in the Life, which stands as one of John and Paul's finest collaborations. And while Sgt. Pepper's might be their crowning achievement, that doesn't discount their giant achievements on later classics like Abbey Road. What's your favorite album of all time? Let us know in the comments below. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.